Okay, this will be my start. Hi, Mikey Kaos from AZ Chaos. Thanks for joining us. If you care to introduce yourself, sir?
I am Chris. I play Less Than Jake.
So how's the tour going so far?
Very good. Almost done. We got a couple days left. Everyone's gotten along, all the bands, which I wouldn't think otherwise.
Yeah.
To get along with bands. The weather, we were beating nasty snowstorms by a day or before a day ahead of us, and no one got sick. So
you guys finish up here, and then you got something else going on here, like in a month after.
Yeah, be over to England for about 3 weeks for Real Big Fish and Zebrahead.
Mm-hmm.
Be over there with those guys, and then from there we go directly to Australia for this thing called the Soundwave Festival. So it's just a ton of bands. It's probably like 50 bands.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. I think Green Day's headlining, and Data Remember's going to be there. I think Pennywise will be there. Alkaline Trio, us. It's like insane amount of bands.
Jeez, that is.
It's like a dream show.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy. Like, check out the lineup. It's called Soundwave. It's pretty impressive.
You just want to go to Australia.
Yeah.
The new record, and a lot of people I know that are, I mean, have been longtime fans of you guys. I know some bands will think a little bit of the fans, but it just seems like this is the album. I mean, it's what they really, really wanted. What, 5 years, I think, since the last big?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, we've recorded since then, and we put out a record last year with Fat, but yeah,
Right.
this is the first, I guess, real release in 5 years. But, you know, we set out to do this time what we do. I feel like we have a sound. I feel like if you're familiar with the band,
Oh, yeah.
you know what Roger and I sound like harmonizing and singing together, and you know what our sound is, I think. And we tried to make a Less Than Jake like greatest hits record. The songs are really cool and catchy and fun, and not really differentiate, you know. Even if you go back to the records that some people, the hardcore fans, are like, oh, this is different, it's that. A lot of that was production difference. It wasn't so much the songs. If you go back and listen to the songs, and you know, I still think you can tell, oh, that sounds like Less Than Jake. But you know, we tried some different things. You know, we felt around the 10, 11 year mark. You know, if you continue doing just the same thing, there's very few. You know, you got AC/DC and some of those bands that put out the same record every time.
Every year the same
you know, it
thing.
works for them. They're, you know, but for us, it was like, well, you know, can we reach out and try to do different things? And I'm proud of some of those songs that we did that were different. And but as far as this one goes, we stuck to straight up Less Than Jake.
That's what a lot of people are saying. It's like, they're like, this is,
Yeah.
you know, this is Less Than Jake.
Well, you know, we've been a
There's
band
no mistake.
21 years. It's not like we're going to, you know, all of a sudden be on the radio or all of a sudden be, you know, there's no delusion on our part of what, you know, what we do best. It's like, you know, we have a niche, we have fans that like us, we can tour the world and have a career at doing this, and let's do what we do. I mean, the fans that we have now, those are the ones that we hope they're going to continue on with us, however long this journey takes us. And you know, those are the ones you have to still write for yourself. You can't try to please people, but
Right.
at the same time, there's a fine line there. You're damned if you do. If you make the same record, your detractors will be like, oh, they made the same old shit. If you make a different record, your hardcore fans might not like it. So, you know, if you just stick to your heart, and this one we made what we thought was a quintessential Less Than Jake album.
I mean, it's from my perspective, I mean, from start to end, it's strong. And you were talking about the production value. I mean, that really comes out on it. You know?
Yeah, we were able to take our time. We recorded it in our bass player's house, and from there we took it to the blasting room out in Colorado. It's Bill from Descendants, his studio, and you know, they've done tons of great records. They've records that get on the radio that sound great. You know, Rise Against and stuff, and Alkaline Trio, and they actually, Bill had mixed our Borders and Boundaries album back in 2000, and his lead mixer he has there, Jason Livermore, did mixed See the Light, and he hit it out of the park. The first mix that we got back from him, I was like, wow. You know, people have asked, "Was this your favorite album you've done?" Because people always say that about their new record.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. We have too many darn albums, and there's some albums that hit me, you know, because it was a certain time of my life and stuff. But
Right.
I won't say it's our best record, but I really think it's our best sounding album. It's punchy as hell. It sounds good.
Like the writing process when you guys get together.
Well, you know, for this one, we would just sit in our practice space with a couple guitars and a lyric pad, and just throw ideas around. And you know, it wasn't full band rehearsals. We wrote these songs like, you know, sitting around a campfire almost. So there wasn't a campfire; it was just our practice space. We would sit there and write, and you know, individually we'd go away and be thinking about our writing sessions and, you know, whatever, and you know, come back with an idea, or maybe, you know, we all have home studios, maybe demo a song and send it to the guys. But you know, and 3-4 days a week we'd still continue to get together and do these writing sessions, and We did that for like a couple weeks, and then we had broke for the holidays last year, and then we did some shows in the spring, and then wrote again, and then did some more shows, and then we did the record. So overall, it was just this couple different writing sessions. And when we went in to do the album, that's when we actually played the songs for the first time as a band. We started to work them out, and typically Roger and I will write the majority of the chords and the melodies. Our sax player wrote a couple songs on this record, JR. He does that. Vinny writes most of the lyrics, but we all contribute at the end to try to make everything fit together. And the horn players come up with their parts, and at the end everyone can make suggestions. What I'm trying to say, the end result is what we're all trying to go for. At the same time, it's 5 different opinions, and it's sometimes difficult when you're not working with it. I mean, Roger, he did produce the record, but at the end of the day, we're in the band with him, so he's the bass player and the producer, so we're all trying to go for the same goal. But if you have 5 different ideas, too many cooks in the kitchen can spoil it.
That's true.
So it gets a little crazy sometimes, but for the most part, it was a pretty painless record to make.
Well, we want to thank you for taking the...
Thank you very much.
This is Chris from Less Than Jake, and you were watching AZ Chaos.